Oh, I don't play Fortnite. Only the Save the World version, and I don't even play that anymore. F Fortnite. That's my statement for the year. This can't last. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying this is better. Let's do it. Placement match 5. I'm 1 and 3. It's been rough. Let's see if this is any better.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Hello, people.
I'll be watching over you. Greetings. Well, I suppose I'll be patching you up, as usual.
Barrier activated.
Hello there.
Hello.
For optimal chance of survival, stay behind my barriers.
Hello there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Sometimes I'm not sure why I even bother. 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 Hello. Join me. Group up here. Form up. Join me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
You should be at peak performance level.
Stop the payload.
You needed a doctor? I require medical attention.
Reinhardt at your service.
Damage boost engaged. Sometimes I'm not sure why I even bother. My thanks. Let's get you back out there.
Get into position.
A speedy recovery.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
We make a great team. Ich bin da. Let's get you back in the fight. Get them off me.
This will restore you. Surrender to my will.
I need healing.
You should be at peak performance.
I'm back in the fight.
A speedy recovery.
So, I'm not playing very well. Just being honest here, because that's what happens when you get drunk. But yeah, I'm just not. This is my fault, to be honest. I can't even blame anyone else. I'm just really drunk and not playing well.
Under attack. Damage increase.
Oh yeah, see? I really, wow. Maybe I shouldn't be playing.
Back in the fight.
After a certain point of drinking, I think maybe you shouldn't play. It's possible. Like, I would have normally caught that. I got you.
Your support has arrived. Catching you up. You should be at peak performance level. Right beside you. I'm taking care of you. Damage amplified. Damage increase. You need a doctor?
I've sighted the enemy. Get into position. I am up.
I could use some assistance. Heilstrahl aktiviert.
Oh no, Farah. That was my fault. I got her though. Does she survive or does she die? The res wasn't worth it. That's my fault.
I must
Bad
go where
res.
I'm needed.
Just wanted to have her stall.
Let's get you back out there. Damage amplified. Your support has arrived. I'm taking care
No, Ryan.
The battle continues. Damage boost engaged. Heroes never die.
My will.
But down.
I just wanted to keep him back a little bit, but it was still very bad.
The payload
I was not smart of me. Just not playing well.
Ah, the wonders of modern medicine. Healing stream engaged. Let's get you back out there. Damage amplified. Did someone call a doctor?
Thanks for the assist.
They're all over me. Damage boost engaged.
Allow me to repair the damage.
I'm being attacked.
Enemy contact. Check it out.
60 seconds.
Why am I playing so poorly?
Firing up.
Ich bin da.
Oh no.
Let's get you back out there. Help me. I'm with you.
Firing up. Rocket barrage.
30 seconds.
I tried. Whatever. I really
Be
did.
at peak
That was
performance
my
level.
fault. I just wasn't good enough.
You needed a doctor? Let me get you patched up.
Okay, well, we just gotta push it the whole way and do it faster.
Score
That sucks.
6-3. Switching
Yeah, I
sides.
know, Farah. I'm sorry.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
I don't want to be in voice chat for this, because I'm going to attack Sim, and I'm going to piss the world off. I love it when I piss the world off. No, people are going to be very upset because they just don't like this
The
character.
true enemy of
Especially
humanity
not on
is the
attack.
sword.
She's getting a rework. Why do you think she
This
sucks?
could be a perfect location for a Vishkar development.
Well, I suppose I will catch you up, as usual.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I live for a good fight. Barrier activated.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
The payload is
Escort the
Casting
payload.
a barrier. Shields will protect us.
I'm escorting the payload.
Time to read my ATM.
I am born again from
All right,
fire.
Moving the payload.
I will shield.
Hi, Ishmael. I'm activating self-destruct sequence. Firing up.
I will shield you.
Time to raise my ATM.
Casting a barrier.
I thought Reinhardt had me. I guess he didn't, for whatever reason. Oh, because he was well in front of me. That makes sense.
I shall seize it.
I am born again from fire.
I could have put down my teleporter by now, but I'm a dumbass.
Summon the barrier. Defenses in place.
Wow. Okay. They are
Among
pushing
the
hard. Well formed and pushing hard.
Shield well summoned. You are protected.
I'm on fire.
I will shield.
60 seconds.
Casting a barrier.
in place. Thank you.
Routing tower, forward shield.
This will protect.
Let's keep it moving.
Casting a sentry wall.
Okay, pick that loose.
Raksha Pranali Samvedita. My sentry was destroyed.
Okay, pick Diva.
Acknowledged.
This is not the end. Protect the payload.
Come out and face me.
Haven't had enough?
Teleportation portal open. We move swiftly. The dragon's fire burns within. Sentry summoned.
Let's keep it moving.
I will
Bunch of lies.
Double. The payload has reached the check.
casting a barrier.
Yeah, that's just kind of. Yep. I made it worth it, kinda. I think I justified picking Sim.
My work is
Not quite,
complete.
but
I'm moving the payload.
you know, I am doing my thing. Let's be real here. I mean, like, I'm drunk. I'm not playing the best in the world, but I'm making it happen in my own weird, kind of stupid Sim way.
Teleportation portal open. This place is walled.
At the finish line.
Yeah, the Raksha Pranali. Raksha Pranali Samvedita. For a price.
Okay? I kind of made it happen. Let's be real there. Let's be real there. Alright?
Score 3-3. Switching sides.
Hello, people.
Prepare your defenses.
Hopefully I
Select
justified that Sim pick to you all. I know people were like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Picking Sim.
I'm starting the fight.
That's what I do.
I will protect the innocent.
In glorious combat.
Clearing the area.
Schaden verstärkt.
Thanks for the assist.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Hello. Greetings.
5.
You're going to
4,
come with me,
3,
dead
2.
or alive.
What?
Attackers
Oh,
incoming.
that sucks.
Stop the payload.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Get back.
Okay. Oh no.
This will restore you.
Enemies reviving.
Well, that could have been good. I thought the Mercy was kind of gonna ride with me, but I guess she decided to die
10
instead.
seconds.
You know,
They ain't winning on my
I'm gonna
watch.
stay with
Push 'em back.
my group instead of the person who's getting busy and mixing it up, even though he's drunk. And now I'm just getting no healing. We got 2 healers in our group, and we'll just heal fucking Reinhardt and ourselves as we're headed into the point for no reason. And you know, and now we'll both be dead.
Reached the
Our whole, you know, our whole group will be dead. Well, Reaper's still alive. Oh nope, sorry.
System repair.
Gotta do that health kit game, which is like less engaging, but the only way you can get healing, you know?
Justice reigns from above. Get back.
And, yep.
Game on.
And... Alright, I can't pick Vera because there's no healing, so... When there's no healing, there's literally no reason to pick Vera.
Is disordered.
I can't believe, like, the Mercy was just on that shit, man. I hate when people do that. That's why, like, I should have known. Whenever someone is a fucking, I'm the healer and I'm in a group, that basically means I'm only going to heal my group. If you're fucking not part of my group, you're fucked. And the problem is they had both of the healers in their groups. So we're fucked. Yeah, and the tanks, of course. But, you know, yeah, healers healing fucking healers. When they could just kill... Oh, God. Yeah. They with 34 seconds, they push the whole fucking route. I mean, I'm really kind of just like, how did any of this happen? Honestly. I should have just simmed the whole way. If I would have known these dudes are going to be like really dumb like this.
Casting a bound.
Complete.
I mean, 3 healers who were basically only going to heal each other and heal fucking the tanks. Which means I might as well just have been a tank if I wanted healing. That's basically what it boils down to. Fucking
support character retard.
I fucking hate when fucking healers only want to heal people in their group. I'm not in your group, so I couldn't get any fucking healing that whole round. Fucking great job.
The true enemy.
You gotta be a tank or you gotta be in their fucking group to get healed. Otherwise, you're fucked.
I could have used a little more time to get ready.
Great fucking job.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I'd love to get a look at that fusion core.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commences.
Shield you.
Escort the payload.
And their group is dead. So it's basically a team of, and that's the problem. When you have a group of like idiots where they're like, we're in a group and fuck everybody else. What it ends up being is just, we're gonna, hell, it's just us and then the other 3 people versus the other 6 people. You can't fucking win like that. That's why I hate when people have these 2 stacks and 3 stacks, because all they, especially when one's a healer, because all they do is love each other up and basically say fuck everybody else. Like, there's nothing that can be done. You notice I haven't even seen a healer. No healer has even fucking touched me. I might as well just fucking, like, honestly, this is a throw. And I hate doing this, and I'm doing it on stream, and I don't even really give a fuck. This is one of those things where you can't win when there's no healing. When you have 2 healers, and now she switched to D.Va, so now fuck healing. They've got both the tanks and the healer. Well, I might as well just fucking, I don't even know what to do. There's nothing to even pick when you have 0 fucking healing.
One shot.
Oh well.
One kill.
There's nothing I can do, so this is a loss just because I'm in a fucking 3 stack filled with dickheads who only want to heal each other. So
Back in my day, we'd have this payload delivered.
60 seconds remaining.
oh well. I don't even really care, just because when there's no healing, a game can't be won. If you're not gonna heal everybody or try to, why even fucking be a healer? That's what I don't get about some people.
I'm out of here.
30 seconds remaining.
No healing. Yep.
Reboot and try
10
again.
seconds.
No one else is gonna do it for us. Attack!
Justice reigns from above.
Straight ahead. Use caution.
I'm moving the payload.
Enemies detected. Great shot.
Always leave yourself a back.
No, that's not I had in mind.
Defeat.
Well,
Enemy turret ahead. Watch yourself.
it's just the nature of the beast. Literally, when you can't get healing, what are you gonna do? I hate that shit. I hate when I see a 3 stack of, and one of them is the healer, because I know that healer is 90% going to heal the people in his group or someone who's a tank, because that's always an easy heal, because they're mostly stationary and they're a big target. So it's like, and they have a large health pool, so it's a large alt charge. So that just makes sense. And that's the problem, is like when it comes to playing with someone who's not a good healer, you basically either need to be on their team in order for them to know to pay attention to you, or you need to be a tank so that you're standing, like you need to be Orisa or Reinhardt so that they can just sit there and just feed you and have the healing beam on you for 20 seconds straight, non-stop. Just leave the healing beam on you, never even switch to damage buff. Let's just heal you. And in the beginning, like, that's why I'm like, okay, this Mercy's gonna know to stick with the Pharah, and then she didn't. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm the only one doing any work. And then nothing. And then I never even met up with them again, because they never waited. They never grouped up. By the time I got there, they were dead. It's just ridiculous. And then even if you wait for them and say, alright, I'm just going to wait for you all to die and then group up again, they'll just run right out and ignore you and be like, alright, let's go, us a group of 3. Forget these other 3 people. And it's like, why are you being a healer? A healer is the hardest. I don't care what anyone says. DPS is the most skill intensive, for sure. But the hardest role in the game is unquestionably support, because you need to be all places at once. It's the only role that really, really, I mean, in a perfect world, everybody would always be aware of everything that's going on, like in your role. Like if I'm DPS, I need to know who has what damage, where everybody is, who's been killed, you need to be watching the kill feed, you need to know all that stuff. I get it. And in the tank, you need to be like, I need to have good positioning so that I'm in the right place for my team, so that I'm in the right place to interrupt or run interference. That's important. But with support, you need to know all of that. I need to know who's giving damage. I need to know who's taking damage. I need to know who's dead. I need to know who's alive. I need to know where the enemies are. I need to know what enemies pose what threat to me, which all enemies pose a threat, but some pose a different threat depending on where you are in the map, depending on other things, as opposed to everybody. Everything's just general. And it's like, if you're not going to take all of that into account, don't play support. It's because it's usually, except for Ana, it's the least labor intensive roles. Undoubtedly, it's not labor intensive, but it's definitely the most strategic intensive, the most tactical intensive role in the game. You really need to be on your P's and Q's. And if you're in a group, I'm not even saying I haven't fell victim to it. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's never happened to me. But you need to at least, like, what happens to me sometimes when I'm in a group is I'm thinking about my group, but after a few seconds I'm like, oh, there's other people that I also need to focus equally as much on. I need to know, again, it's also when you're at least Mercy, especially, I need to know, and like Ana or Zen, I need to know who's getting busy. Like if you see a Winston, most people say, well, yeah, you need to pop the orb on the Winstons for when he does, he dives in. But what if that Winston hasn't been getting picks and hasn't been diving well? He hasn't been positioning his dives to be safe or give himself that 4 seconds until he can dive back out. What if then it's not smart to throw your orb on him? If there's a Winston who's diving in the middle of 5 people, why would you waste your orb on him? He's not good. Your orb is not even going to stall for more than 1 full second worth of him taking 80 damage or 60 damage from 5 different sources. You're not going to do anything with your orb. But if you see maybe there's a Reaper who's getting super busy and he has some survivability, but he needs that extra push so that he can kind of really take some people out, but you notice him getting some picks or cleaning up stuff really well, that's who you want to pop your orb on. And it's the same thing with like Ana. If you see someone, you need to know. Your like Bionade is really crucial because you need it to heal yourself and others. So it really requires you to take into account where you're standing in relation, because some Anas just want to be all the way in the back. Like, I'm all the way behind the action just sniping my team. Well, that's good until someone says, hey, there's an Ana back there just sniping her team and sniping us. Somebody wait till she throws her, her Bionade and then go and kill her. And they do just that. And if she misses the sleep dart, then she's dead. So it requires her not to sometimes hang back, but also kind of know when to make the most of her nade by waiting till she gets two or three teammates in, and herself all next to each other in the AOE of the bio nade, and also she's uh like she's skill intensive because you need to hit shots, and it's more crucial than ever because it's not just for killing stuff, it's for healing. So if you're missing your healing shots, your team is dead. With Mercy, yes, it's just left click, right click. It's just like, whatever, L2, R2, L2, R2. But that's not all there is to it. It's not just when I see somebody that needs to be healed, heal, and when I see somebody shooting, just buff them, because there's always multiple people that need to be healed. And if your team's playing well, your team is shooting at the same time. If you just have six people and all are shooting in like their own little spreads, their own little patterns, nobody's gonna get killed, because what the team is gonna do is they're gonna look out for that McCree, and once he's let go of his six, they know that soldier's gonna come and shoot his clip, and when he's let go of his, no, the entire team, all the people who deal damage need to be shooting at the same time. And as a Mercy, you need to do a few things. You need to position yourself to escape to your furthest teammate, because that's usually going to be your safe, your escape route. So when the other team converges, and if it gets overwhelming, that's your escape route. And you also need to know who's to buff. You can't just say, well, everyone's shooting, I'm gonna buff whoever I think has this, like, I'm gonna buff Junkrat because he does the most damage to the shields. Well, not necessarily. What if you can't just do that? What if this Junkrat isn't shooting shields? What if this Junkrat is just spamming? And sometimes, even when I do see Mercy's damage boosting, they're boosting someone who's just spamming, like AoE. Like, I'm not just gonna, or area control. You don't damage boost someone for 20 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds after you notice all they're doing is area control. Like, if you have a McCree laying out shots, or a soldier just laying out shots to keep people out of the area, but you have a diva who's actually engaged with someone, or you have like a tracer who's actually mixing it up. Those, you need to be able to decide who, because you're only healing one person at a time, who I'm healing, who I'm buffing, when I'm healing, when I'm buffing, and also keeping myself safe, and like constantly looking for entrance and exits for me to give healing and to get out and give healing to someone else, or buffing someone else and getting out. But people don't think like that. They're just like, if you need help, I'll heal you. But yeah, all you're doing is tunneling. All you're doing is looking forward. You're looking at the enemy. You're looking at the people approaching you. When you're Mercy, you can't just look at the people approaching you. You need to look at the people approaching you. You need to look at the people flanking. You need to look in the air. You need to look on high ground for people. You need to be looking behind you. I mean, because you don't necessarily just stay behind the tanks. No, you don't always want to do that. You don't always just want to, not even always. You're not supposed to just sit behind the tanks, because half the people that play don't just sit behind the tanks. And maybe that's like bad, or maybe that's just how it is, because people just don't pick soldiers. People pick all kinds of people who can't really be effective behind, just standing behind a tank or standing behind a shield. I don't know, man. It's really frustrating, just because you're like, come on, why heal? It's I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is from someone with a couple hundred hours of support. And I'm not just saying like I have a couple 200 hours of support. Like, no, it's legit. You look at that, support 119 hours, support 74 hours. That's 4 hours. That's 3 hours. Well, that's 200 hours right there. There you go. And that's what I mean, that's more than 200 hours, but that's what I'm talking about. It's just like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I really don't. You know, it's the least fun. Let's be honest with each other. Support is not what people want to play. You want to kill stuff. You want to be moving around. You want to be banging stuff in the head like a badass. And very rarely can you do that with. I mean, with Zenyatta, you can get some cheeky stuff off, but it still doesn't feel as good as shooting someone with a gun. So why, if you're not passionate about it and you're not serious about it and you're not like really strategic and you're not that's not your mindset, why even play healer? Just do anything else and you'll be fine. If you just say I need to kill what's in front of me, then do better. Even though there's so much more to just killing, there's way more to just killing what's in front of you and making sure you don't get killed. That's just the biggest simplification of the role of DPS. But guess what? If you only did that, you would be more successful than someone who says, I'm just going to heal the people I see and that's all I'm doing. Or I'm going to heal the person who can give me the fastest ult charge. Then you're going to never hardly ever see success if that's what you do. But if you're saying, even if you're good at it, if you're saying I'm good at healing people, I'm incredible at healing anyone who's standing right in front of me that needs healing, you're going to fucking have the worst record ever, and you're going to never win or hardly ever win. You're going to lose far more than you win. But if you said, I am incredible, I'm legendary at killing anything that I see, you are, even though you're not going to be, you're still not going to do great. You're going to do far better with that than you will just saying, I'm going to heal what I see. And I'm just frustrated, man. Frustrated. I mean, I was going to open the loot boxes, but that game just really took it out of me. So until next time.